All right, welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Nate Marquardt to defeat Kelvin Gastelum. I'm here to talk about Mateusz Rebecki versus Nick Fiore. Rebecki is a gigantic favorite here. Both these guys making their debuts in the UFC. Rebecki's a more proven fighter, 16-1 overall. His 16 wins include 8 TKOs, 6 submissions, and just 2 decisions. And his one loss was earlier in his career, 2014, I believe, to a very solid, what is he? I don't know what kind of fighter he is. Paweł Kilek. I'm not sure what his ethnicity is, or nationality, but the guy is a solid fighter. He's a guy that beat Guram Kutateladze. And even though his career hasn't panned out, he's still a solid guy with some respectable wins. But in that loss, it was a knockout loss. He was knocked unconscious with ground and pound. He was performing very well, but he found himself on the bottom, and within like 10, 15 seconds of being on the bottom, deep into the middle of a grueling fight, in the second round, he was knocked unconscious with ground and pound. But since then, he's been immaculate. He's definitely a dangerous guy. Very dangerous. We saw him on the Contender Series. I forget who he fought there, but he worked the guy over and got him in a rear naked choke, or like a short choke, I think it's called, whatever. A side rear naked choke with no hooks. It looked pretty sloppy, but on the other hand, it looked very fucking dangerous. And the guy is dangerous. He's got, again, 8 knockouts, 4 of them come in round 1. And then he's got 1 in round 2, 2 in round 3, and 1 in round 4. And that round 4 was a body shot knockout over Marion, I don't know. I saw it anyway, but, the guy's a dangerous fighter. And his submissions, 5 of them come in round 1 and 1 in round 3. He had 3 heel hooks to start his career, going 3-0. And then his 4th fight, I think, was that loss to Paweł Kilek. And again, that was with him being on the bottom and for 10 seconds of getting smashed. And I think he probably abandoned the heel hook game plan in his mind at that point. And since then, he's had plenty of different submissions. He seems to be very dangerous and seems like he's built like a fucking tank. He is 4 inches shorter than Nick Fiore. Nick Fiore is 5'11". Rebecki is 5'7". But Fiore is not such a physically imposing fighter. He's 6-0. He's got 2 TKOs and 4 submissions, but they're over garbage competition. 2 of those 6 wins come over Jay Ellis, who is just, the king of the fucking cans. Not to shit on him. I mean, he's a better fighter than I am, but the guy's got an awful record. And, again, Nick Fiore, 2 of his 6 wins come over that guy, who's famously one of the biggest cans in the sport. So, again, not to just shit on Jay Ellis, but I'm just saying that Nick Fiore's record can't be trusted. He is 5-1 as an amateur as well, but his 1 KO loss came as from a slam. He was slammed, it's on YouTube, knocked unconscious, going for an armbar or whatever, and then just slammed Rampage Jackson style. And, it was a violent knockout. But that's the only time he's been defeated. Other than that, he's got a damn perfect record with all finishes, I believe. So there's a lot of upside, but I'm not betting on it here. I'm betting on Rebecki to win. I'm really just picking Rebecki to win. Rebecki seems like a more dangerous fighter, and I think Fiore is going to run into some problems pretty quickly. I guess I'd go with Rebecki winning via round 1 knockout, but I also think if they start grappling, Rebecki's going to be imposing himself physically, and he's going to get Fiore out of there. So I like the under at -120. It's under 1.5 rounds. I don't love it, but I like it enough where I put it in a parlay or 2. And I also bet on Rebecki winning by round 1 knockout at +385. He's a very dangerous guy, and Nick Fiore, I can't trust that he is. But he's done what he needed to do, fighting garbage competition. It's just now, he's out of the garbage can, so to speak, and he's in the UFC. And I'm taking the guy with the 16-1 record. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.